Hello and welcome. My name is Mark Murtha. I'm one of the owners of MPM Bookkeeping and a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. What a Pro Advisor is simply a fancy way of saying that I have received more training and evaluation than the average bookkeeper on QuickBooks Online. What I'm going to show you today is simply a basic QuickBooks Online introduction of various areas. I will be going over these areas more in depth in future videos, so watch for the future videos. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can look at these. This is a sample account from QuickBooks Online, so we're not divulging any confidential information. And the first area we're going to be looking at is what's called accounts and settings. That would be basically where you would start when you go on QuickBooks Online, entering your company information. This would be things like your EIN number, your Social Security number, address, and so forth, information like that on QuickBooks Online. Let's move over to the what's called the bank feeds. And QuickBooks may be running a little slow today, so bear with me on this. This is what's called the bank feeds. And what it is an area where you will link let me get rid of that screen, where you will link your bank account to QuickBooks Online. And you want to make sure you check with your bank to make sure they're able to do that they sync with QuickBooks Online. Every day, all of your transactions from your bank will show up here in QuickBooks, and you will either accept them and put them into your books or check to make sure if there's any issues with any one of those. Let's move now to the area of sales and invoices. If you're selling something, you're going to want to create an invoice where you will be sending an invoice to one of your customers. This is where you would do that. This is a pretty self-explanatory screen. You have customer name and various information about the customer. Here's where you place the product, the amount, and so forth. Once you save that, that would go into QuickBooks and would be then introduced into your books. What you also have in the sales area is a screen for customers. Now, this is an area where you would list all the customers you're working with. The advantage of this is once it's in QuickBooks, you don't have to list this every time you're doing something. It just automatically imports all the information for you. And this is a screen, again, pretty self-explanatory: name, email, address, phone number, and so on and so forth. Now let's move on to an area no one likes to talk about. And of course, that is the expense part of your business. This is where you would note that. You have a master screen with all of your expenses. For each individual expense, you would simply create that expense. And again, it's a screen where you load various information, who it is you're paying, the type of payment, what it's for, the amount, and so forth. And you would save that and it would be entered into your books, again, then as an expense. What you also have probably as vendors, you're probably buying things in your business. If not, well, obviously this would be irrelevant. Again, a master page with all the vendors. If you want to load a new vendor, you simply go to this page, similar to the other pages we've looked at: self-explanatory information, name, email, phone number, and so forth at that point. Now let's go to an area which is important, and it's something that you would use ongoing and at the end of the year, where all your reports are. And there's a whole lot of different reports in QuickBooks. I'm just going to show you a couple. I'm going to show you the profit and loss report. And again, this is a test. This is test data. It's not someone's real information, so there's no confidential information. And that is updated on a daily basis as you import information into QuickBooks. And let's look at one of the report, the balance sheet. This is the balance sheet. Again, this is test data as well. So we're not divulging any type of confidential information here. So what we've done here is we've looked at a quick introduction of QuickBooks Online. What I will be doing in the future is with each one of these areas, I'll be going into a little more depth. So watch for those future videos and make sure you tune in to view those. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the share button. Feel free to leave your comments below.